Hey everybody, in this video I want to talk to you about Zwift. What it is, how to get set up, and how to get the most from it. So watch along, by the end of the video you'll have all the information that you need to get going on Zwift. So let me run you through my setup. I've got a Mac computer and that runs my whole Zwifting experience. I use that to run Zwift and to run Spotify so that I can listen to music over the top of the gameplay. I have a trainer, I have a bike, and I have a fan. The other thing that I have is a heart rate monitor, and I have a cadence sensor attached to my crank arm as well. Alright guys, I want to deep dive into the equipment that I use for my Zwift setup. I've got a 27-inch iMac, and for the geeks out there, it's a 3.1 GHz i5 processor with 32 GB of RAM. It's about a 2011 model, so she's slightly older. I've also installed a 1TB SSD into that little bad boy, and it is fast as, and I absolutely love it. The 27-inch gives me an immersive screen right in front of me, and just makes the experience of Zwift that much better. You can get away with a little laptop, you can get away with an iPad, you can get away with a phone, but I prefer having a bigger screen in front of me. Underneath that I've got a little JBL powered speaker. The Mac doesn't have great sound, if I'm perfectly honest, so I've just implemented a slightly better sound setup so that I can enjoy my music a little bit more. I have that turned all the way up, and all I do is when I'm riding I can adjust the sound level from the keyboard, which is mounted next to me on a windowsill. Next part of the puzzle is the smart trainer that I use. I've got a Wahoo Kicker Snap, so that's about a year or so old. It's one of the base models from Wahoo, but it is a full smart trainer. So what happens is you connect the smart trainer to the computer using Ant+, which is the little tiny dongle that's attached via USB in the back of my Mac. And what Zwift does is it controls the gradient that you can feel through the rear wheel on this, and it simulates the hills, which is really quite cool. The other cool thing that the smart trainer does is feeds back information about the power output and the speed that you're doing, so you don't have to have additional sensors like a crank power meter or a speed sensor or anything like that. So it just simplifies everything down and makes everything really smooth and easy to use. You can go with a dumb trainer, but you do need to have additional sensors, and you won't have that feeling of the hills that Zwift will provide a smart trainer like what I have. The last piece that I've got here is the Merida Sculptura Evo Team. That bike is about a 2009-2010. It's full carbon, it's running full Ultegra, and it's running a specialised Power Mimic saddle. And I just find that it's comfortable. It's a size 54, so I'm 5'10". 54 fits me just fine. Slightly older bike, slightly cheaper bike, but it totally does everything that I need it to do. That about sums up the equipment that I use. If you've got any questions about any of that, just chuck it down in the comments below and I'll answer anything that you ask. So the other thing that we haven't really spoken about yet is the program itself, Zwift. So with Zwift you sign up for an account, and then once you're signed up you've got to download an app. So what I've seen a lot of people do is go in and they sign up and they get on their free trial and they think they're gold, but there's one more step. You've got to have the app, or the software / program that actually runs Zwift. So you can sign up, but without that you're not actually going to get into the game and play. So I've seen people go and sign up and have issues where they've gone, oh, I don't exactly know what that next step is. In my opinion, I don't think Zwift makes it that clear. but once you know, you know. So I'm telling you right now that you sign up, you get the app, and then you can use the login credentials that you started your account with to log in, and then start gameplay, hooking up your sensors, all that other cool stuff. And I'll run you through the account process now. All right, so here we are on Zwift.com, and this is the place where you come to create your account. Up in the top right-hand corner is Create Account, so we're going to click on that. Next up is obviously your account details. When it comes to the password, you can obviously select a password that suits you. I'm going to use the strong password from my system here, mainly because the password requirements from Zwift are, quite stringent. So uppercase, lowercase, symbol, number, all that sort of stuff. So I'm just going to make it nice and easy on myself. And we're going to go and submit that. From here, you're going to hit Get Started and Overview. And then Start Cycling. So up here on the right-hand side, you're going to see Download. That's a really important step. From this page here, we're going to download the Mac OS version of the Zwift software. That doesn't take too long, so there it is. This shouldn't be too different for a Windows machine as well. I'm going to run the installer package. Agree to all the terms and conditions that we're not going to read. Type in the system password. And here is Zwift. So you can type in your email address and your password. And log yourself in. So you'll see you're a user and that you can change users. Let's Go is the next option. And during the boot up procedure, it gives you a couple of handy hints. Lube your chain, remember to grab a towel, make sure you've got water, all these very handy things. We're going to accept the license agreement. So they were a cyclist. We're going to say we're going to ride with friends. For the purposes of this, we're going to say that we're male, 5'10" and 175, we'll just go with that. And then you start setting up your face. I'm just going to leave this pretty standard just for the first bit. Okay, so I've just gone in and turned off the like the startup sound, the music that was playing just before. So I'll show you where to do that. At this stage, you can only go in and go ride and head into settings
and change that. So while we're in there, we'll change another couple of things that just make life a little easier. Let's wait for that to boot up. So we're going to go down and hit menu in the bottom left-hand corner, and we're going to hit settings. We're going to go to metric. Up the top here, the title music was the thing that was playing just before, which I've switched off. Metric, obviously I'm in New Zealand, so we run a metric system here. If you run Imperial, then that's going to be your jam there. So you can go OK there. We're just going to click on our public profile up here. So you've got your name, you can chuck your date of birth in there, your maximum heart rate, your FTP if you know what that is, what your weight is, and obviously, you know, that has quite a lot of bearing on how the physics work within Zwift. We save those, we'll end the ride. You can connect all of your outputs to Strava or MyFitnessPal or Training Peaks, Garmin, Adidas, all that. For now, we're just going to bin this because what I want to talk to you about is a couple of different things. First of all, when you first sign up, you get a free trial of 7 days, which is really, really cool. You can ride an unlimited amount as far as I'm aware. So get in there and get going. Next part is I've connected an Ant Plus, not a Bluetooth dongle, but an Ant Plus dongle to my my laptop, so I can pick up all the sensors that are on my training bike and pick up the trainer. If you click on device status here, right in the middle here, you'll see that Ant Plus and Bluetooth are both pinging. The trainer's awake. My heart rate I'll have to search for. That's that there. The cadence sensor, which is attached to my left-hand crank, I'll search for that. It's not awake at the moment, so I'll just give that a quick little spin up and see whether that'll wake up for me. There it is. And so with all those sensors paired, you don't need to use a speed sensor if you have a controllable, like a Wahoo or a different type of trainer, tax trainer. You can go OK, and this is where all the fun begins. So now you will be able to see what should show you shortly up in the left-hand top corner here, all of your stats and stuff. The very first time you come into Zwift and go for a ride, it pretty much chucks you into training mode where it shows you the ropes and then runs you through how the world works. I'm going to skip that for now, but just for now, you're all pretty much good to go and follow your nose through the world of Zwift. There are tons of things that you can do in here. Customize your avatar, so the guy that you see in front of you there with the helmet on. You can fiddle around with his jersey color, bike color, whether he's wearing a helmet, what his hair looks like, you know, the whole 9 yards. So get in there and have a bit of a fiddle. And that pretty much sums this video up for now. If you loved this and you found it helpful, give me a massive thumbs up down the bottom. That would be super handy. If you want to subscribe, that would be super handy as well. Until next time, thanks very much for watching, and see you on the next video.